You mentioned Costa Rican girl. You was in Costa Rica filming recently. Tell me about that.
Oh, Steve. Okay, I was in Costa Rica. I was in Costa Rica for about 3 weeks, man. It might have been like it was June 20th. Um, I came there with a GoPro. I said, okay. I was there the whole time. Me and the lady was like, all right, cool. We're gonna go to Puerto Viejo because we was in Limon, Limon. It's the coast of Costa Rica where all the kind of more um cultural and black people will stay more so black and brown. And so with the vacation towns, Puerto Viejos, hop on the car. It takes an hour to get out there. We get out there. We're out there all day. We're in the water. We're in the water. I'm like, all right, cool, having a great time. This is my best place on earth. It's a shipwrecked ship that is tipped over to the side. It's been there for decades, and you could just swim right around it. It's gorgeous. It's bath water, Steve. It's bath water. The water. So I started on 1:30. I said, yo, let's hop on a scooter. Hop on the scooter. Go down to a beach called Cocolis. I see the waves. I'm like, yo, it's like 10-foot waves. 10-foot waves only really close to the shore. So I'm like, yo, I'm getting in that. I parked the bike, get my GoPro camera. I got a def kung fu grip on this thing. I told you I was a martial artist, so I had a def kung fu grip on this camera. I'm in the waves, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy because right in front of me, a dude surfing, real surfing in a tube, like real surfing, not just paddling out. He's really surfing in a wave. I'm like, yo, right here. I started taking pictures. The last time I looked at my camera, if you see the GoPro, I got the number on it. I said 131. It took me 131 pictures. I was like, okay, cool. Every 2 minutes, a wave would hit you from the shoreline. So you be like, bow. You be like, wait a minute, turn around. Like, how is there a wave coming from the beach? That's like, how is that possible? So it happened about 5-6 times. I said, oh. So I turned on video. I said, yo, hey, everybody, yo, check this out. Every couple minutes, a wave hits you from boom and hits me while on camera. I'm like, oh. I tell you later, take some action shots, took some pictures. I lost track of when the wave was coming. So by the time I turned back around to take a picture of myself, the wave hit me, bam, and knocked the camera into the ocean, Steve. My GoPro is now in the ocean, lost. So I'm like, no. It's already waterproof, but it's only this big. So I'm like, So I put on my goggles. I put my arm like this on the ocean floor, and I'm standing next to a girl. I hold my breath. By the time I lifted my head up, I was about 3/4 of a football field away from where I just was. I was like, yo, how do I get
further out in the ocean?
Yeah, but it took me left.
Okay.
The current took me left, not out. So I lifted my head up. I was like, yo, how'd I get way over here? The lifeguard was like, yo, you need to move over. So I was like, oh, okay. So I walked back over there. I'm like, yo, if that did that to my body, my camera is probably in Puerto Rico somewhere. I'm not gonna be able to find it. So I said, let's go to a calmer beach. I hop on the scooter. I'm riding for like 20 seconds. Here come an ambulance. The girl in the back says, Jabril, somebody drowned. I was like, why would you say that? I'm riding the scooter. I'm like, why would you say that? She's like, Jabril, you see what that ocean just did to your body and your camera? Somebody's probably. I'm driving. I was like, that was really morbid. Why would you say that? So I turned, I'm keep rolling. Then I'm like, wait a minute. I've turned back around to where I was in the beach, bro. Don't you know that was Malcom Jamal Warner
and I was gonna ask you if you were out there around the same time. Wow, unbelievable.
We was at the same beach at the very exact same time.
Unbelievable.
Not 3 minutes before that did I lose because I was looking for my camera for probably like 15 minutes but then when I walked off the beach, that's when the ambulance came. So somebody probably called right then and there. It was like right there. So it happened right there, bro.
Unbelievable.
They were at the time when I came back, they were looking for him, but at the time they didn't find him. And I'm just like, I was mad about my camera until that. I was like, yo, and I didn't even know who it was at the time, but I was just like, yo, somebody, I was just right here.
When did you find out it was him?
It was the next morning. My man sent me the article, and it said he passed away. I'm like, damn, that's messed up. Then it said asphyxiate. It said how he passed, drowning. I'm like, drowning. And then it was like Costa Rica. I'm like, Costa Rica. I'm like, wait a minute. So only the American stories was just saying Costa Rica. Then I went to the Costa Rican stories, and it was like Cocoless Beach. I'm like, Cocoless Beach, and they said 2:30. I'm like, 2:30. I'm like, yo. And then I was like, because I remember exactly because I know when I went to my school to art, and it was like, and it was him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, what a unbelievable story, man. And
Yeah, it's really, I gave a nice prayer out to my heart, to his family. I know his wife and child were there too as well. You know, but I just feel lucky. I feel lucky, man, because it took me left. It just luckily it didn't take me out. Yeah, it's messed up. But I know the brother's in a better place right now. He's with his ancestors. I know it's gonna be hard for his family, but yeah,
wow,
man. Yeah,
wow,
man.
wow. I almost don't even know where to go from there, man.
Yeah, Steve.
But
It's all right, man. But the brother
yeah.
was in our industry. He stayed creative. He stayed positive. He didn't seem to get into any type of wild. You never heard nothing crazy about the brother. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that I look up to him, man. He did it to the end until he couldn't do it, until something unfortunately took him out. But I felt close to him because he's in that particular industry, and even just a segue, man, to the industry that we're in. You gotta try to stay positive because this was a freak accident, but there are certain things in our industry that are not freak accidents. There are certain things that you get to certain higher